Hello everyone, and welcome to the review of the ID Cooling XF-12025 RGB Trio set of fans. These are RGB controlled, and the best thing about them is that they are compatible with a lot of light sync technologies such as Asus Aura, Gigabyte RGB Fusion, and so on. So if you have a controller on your motherboard with several pins for RGB control, this is for you. And let's take them out of the box. There's not a lot of info here, no specifications. Actually, they do have PWM control, and that's kind of it. No other airflow or specs like that. You need to find them online if you want to know them exactly, because they are not here. Maybe they are on this leaflet. And here we get some instructions of how to install it, and they also have a remote control in case you do not have RGB control on your motherboard. You can still control the colors from the remotes. So let's see what is in box here. So remote controller with probably remote controller receiver, RGB LED controller with RF remote control. Alright, then we get this kind of cables, and they are extension leads and splitter for RGB LEDs. So if your motherboard only has one output for RGB, you can plug this in and you have 4 outputs, and you can control 4 LED strips or 4 LED coolers. Then we have mounting hardware, screws, long screws, short screws, and we get 3 bags of screws because this is a trio set, so you get 3 coolers. And we also have this splitter for connecting 2 fans to your motherboard fan header, or 3 fans, actually 3 fans to 1 connector. That's also useful because motherboards don't usually have at least 3 fan connectors, so you can have 1 and control the others. And the coolers, each of them packed in its own box, and they look like that. They have kind of design shape on the impeller, but I don't know if that's only for design or noise, or maybe it's there for the light to shine from them. We'll see about that. And the good thing is that they have these rubber pads here and here, so when you put them on your chassis, they will absorb the vibration and make them overall more silent than other fan coolers, as they will not transmit vibration so much. And of course, standard connectors, one for the motherboard and the other one is for the RGB header. So let's do a test and see how they work. So I'm going to connect that header splitter here on my connector. And there is an issue. This connector has only 4 pins here, and if you have a Gigabyte motherboard with the compatible RGB Fusion option, then it will not fit, because your motherboard will have a 5-pin header, so the 5th pin will actually hit here. But if you are powerful enough, you might be able to bend that pin a bit to the side and then plug this. And I'm going to try to do just that. Alright, so it kind of entered there, and we have the RGB going, and now we need to connect it to the header for the fan control. And to do that, I'm going also to use the provided extension. Alright, extension is connected, and now the moment of truth. I'm going to connect the fan, and there we go. We have it spinning, but I could say I'm not actually all that impressed by the RGB lighting. It does look nice, but it's kind of too discreet. If I turn off all the lights on the camera, you are going to see now this is red and that one is white. Well, not really, because if I focus my camera on that one is red and this one it's pale. So this is not very powerful. It does look good when it's dark, but the original AMD cooler is much more powerful, and also the motherboard light there is more powerful than this cooler. Let's see some of the other colors. So I'm going to select the blue. Pretty nice. I'm going to focus here, and let me check something. Okay, made it a bit brighter from the motherboard control. It was not that full power, so let's test the red again. This is better. So if you increase the, of course, the light output for the other ones, this one will look better. So if you have low setting, low intensity for it, this one will be much more less visible than the others. So if you have a low setting, this one will look like almost is off, and the others ones are okay. But if you put them all on maximum, this one gets better, so it kind of gets up to the same light intensity with the others. So light intensity, it's not very well controlled from the motherboard. So when it's low, the cooler is not okay. When it's high, they are all okay. So probably you are going to end up using them on medium to high. The airflow controlled by motherboard PWM is very good in comparison with my old coolers, which don't have RGB LEDs. Those are made by Arctic Cooling, so they are decent fans, but this one feels to be putting out a lot more airflow than the others, being all controlled by the motherboard with the same settings. So this one pumps more air. To use the RGB controller, if you do not have RGB on your motherboard, or you want quick access to change the lights from the remote, you need a free SATA power connector that you are going to connect to this connector of the remote, just like that. And when the connection is made, you have the header here. You can use the splitter to light up to 4 fans. So I'm going to disconnect my fan from the motherboard, and now I'm going to connect. It's very important when you install this type of LEDs. This means 12 volts. So on your motherboard, you are going to have something like, sorry for that, you are going to have something like 12 volt. Well, the 12 volt will go to that arrow there, and this is how the controller starts, like a discotheque. And let's see what we have here. So turning it off, but first we need to remove that, and this is off, on, and let's see, that is probably demo mode. Yes, and I can change the modes. Now it's changing colors, flashing, flashing, more flashing, even more flashing, strobe flashing. I hope that this will not create problems for some of my viewers. At least you can increase or decrease the speed of the flashing. And if I want a color, I can choose a steady color. And let's see, this is maximum brightness, and minimum brightness is, yes, that pale one that looks like it's almost off. So the motherboard is working properly, but not at minimum level. Alright, so at maximum level this looks actually pretty good. And now it's on the back side. If I turn it the other way around, it also looks very nice on the camera. You are going to see probably 2 very hot spots here, and maybe a pale one here. That's how my camera films, but it's rather uniform. camera tries to adjust the light with the black background, but you get the idea. It actually looks pretty good when it doesn't have direct light from my video light here from the camera.
This is the future.
So that was it for now. I hope that you have enjoyed this quick review, and until my next video, see you and bye bye.